I'm Phillip with Go Get 'em Tiger, and today I will be showing you how to brew with the metal filter carafe set from KINTO. Alright, so today I will be brewing a coffee called Nanoshala from the Agaro Gara region of Ethiopia. We call this a dark filter roast, which basically just means that Nanoshala will make a great filter brew, though it is a bit darker than some of our other offerings. So today I have 30 grams of Nanoshala, ground sort of medium coarse that I'm going to brew. So 30 grams of coffee and 480 grams of water, which is about a 1:16 ratio. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the filter with some hot water. In the kettle here, I have water that is fresh off the boil. And the reason I like to wet the filter is to heat it up just a little bit, to heat up the carafe a little bit as well, but also to make sure that all those oils and other debris have exited the filter and my brewing equipment as clean as possible. So I will add 30 grams of ground coffee to the filter. And the first thing I always like to do is just sort of shake the vessel like this to make sure that the coffee bed is nice and level. This will make sure that we sort of get all the coffee wet initially at the same time, but then after that we're brewing evenly and extracting evenly as well. So the first step is the pre-infusion, which basically just means adding the first bit of water for your brew to the coffee and getting it ready for the rest of the brew. Oftentimes you'll see the coffee bubble a lot or sort of expand and collapse again, and I will be timing the process, and pre-infusion usually takes about 30 seconds. So 90 grams of water, pouring from the center towards the outer edges of the coffee, trying to get everything wet here. Starting my timer, and I'm going to wait 30 seconds. At this point I like to pick up the brewer, sort of just give it a spin to make sure all the coffee is wet and degassing. And then at 30 seconds, I'm going to add more water, pouring to 200 grams. So that's 110 grams of water on this pour. In circles, getting everything wet at an even rate. So as this draws down, thinking about my next pour, I'm going to pour to about 320 grams of water. Again, with our end target being 480 grams, so there will be one pour remaining after this one. Good coffee brewing fundamentals. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the last bit of water, pouring to 480 grams. So my goal brew time for this recipe is about 3 minutes. So basically I just have to let this draw down and then it will be ready to serve. One more spin for good measure. So this coffee's ready to serve. I like to give it a nice swirl to incorporate sort of all of the sediments and the oils that are present when you brew with the metal filter. That way everything is homogeneous. And then it's ready to serve in the nori tumblers here. So yeah, it's definitely got like a nice mango up front and some deep and rich caramelized sugars on the back end. A little bit heavier in body, but yeah, the sweetness and the mango is really incredible, just delicious. So one thing to keep in mind with the metal filter especially is making sure that you clean it very thoroughly. So after you dump the grounds, with a paper filter you can just throw it away and that's that. Not the case with the metal filter, since we do want to reuse it. So you dump the grounds, but it's still quite dirty, so it's really important to get a thorough wash before you brew again. All right, so I have this delicious coffee here. It's tasting excellent. Really easy to use, this brewer. I think it's pretty forgiving. It's really easy to get a good cup of coffee at home. So KINTO, thank you. Happy brewing at home, and cheers.